If you like lists of stocks to buy, you've clicked on the right video. In this one, I've got 24 top stocks to buy now and for 2024. If you're new to my channel, then this will be the first time you're seeing these 24 stocks. However, I created a list for top stocks to buy starting 2024. That was published in early January, late December, and this is an update to that list. So you might be seeing this list for the first time. If it's the second time you're seeing my top stocks to buy video, then this will be an update for you where I'm going to share how my picks have done so far this year, if there are any changes to my list, if I'm upgrading, downgrading, or taking any out or putting any in. So this is going to be a video you're not going to want to miss. So tune in. Let's look at these 24 top stocks to buy now.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, I'm going to do these in 2 batches of 12, and I'm going to go through these relatively quickly because it's such a big list. And if I were to go through each stock in detail, that would be a much longer video, and I want to respect your time. However, if you want more information on any one of these stocks, I've got a whole playlist on each one of these stocks listed here on my channel. I've got playlists of each one of these, so you could take a deeper dive into each one of these stocks. So let's get started here. The first stock on my list here is the Walt Disney Company. It's trading at a forward price to earnings of 18. The next one is Alphabet, trading at a forward price to earnings of 19.62. Next, we have Nvidia, the AI giant, and then Visa, one of the most profitable companies in the world. PayPal has been trading at such a cheap valuation, but that cheap valuation has persisted for some time. I'm hoping that this will change in 2024 and this stock price will increase, as I am a shareholder of PayPal stock. I also own Visa and Alphabet in here as well. Actually, I own Walt Disney Company as well. Fortinet is another company I'm recommending in my list of top stocks to buy. And then you have Fiverr International trading at a forward price to earnings of 9.232, which I think is ridiculously cheap for this excellent growth stock, although Fiverr has also struggled in recent months. Netflix just reported earnings that blew investors out of the water. Its stock price increased, but I still think Netflix is a buy here. I'm keeping it on my list of top stocks to buy. Alibaba trading at a forward price to earnings of 7.7. It's sometimes known as the Amazon of China, but it's only trading at a fraction of the valuation of Amazon stock. That's because there's a lot of geopolitical risk with Chinese stocks, and many of them are selling at really cheap valuations because of that risk. Uber made it to my list for the first time this year, trading at a forward price to earnings of 25.88. Uber's done an excellent job of boosting both sides of its business, both the rides and the food delivery side. The food delivery side of the business has really surprised me. I mentioned Amazon already, trading at a forward price to earnings of 33.34. It's in my list of top stocks to buy, but you can see Alibaba trading at roughly 1/5 the valuation of Amazon. Target trading at a forward price to earnings of 15.62. Target's done a really good job in investing in its physical stores, making them attractive assets that are now serving customers that are buying things online. You can go to a Target location and pick up your order within an hour or two. That gives it a competitive advantage against Amazon, believe it or not, because as fast as Amazon is as getting you your items, can't be as fast as an hour or two as you can get your items from Target. All right, the next batch of 12 stocks starts with Starbucks trading at a forward price to earnings of 19. Then you have eBay at a forward price to earnings of 9.008. So hopefully what you're noticing in my list of top stocks to buy is a lot of stocks selling at attractive valuations. And that's really my investing style. I don't like to go after chasing these very expensive stocks with all of their excellent prospects already priced in. I like to get stocks at attractive valuations. Zoom Video Communications trading at a forward PE of 14.57. While its business is nowhere near as strong as it was during the pandemic, it's still got a strong business trading at an attractive valuation. Chewy, the online pet store, trading at a forward PE of 29, also in my list of one of my top stocks to buy, as well as Nike, the one of the most recognizable brands in the world, trading at a forward PE of 24. Nike's earnings were disappointing for investors. That caused the stock price to fall, which brought it into my list of top stocks to buy. I think Nike will have a difficult quarter when it next reports earnings because it's restructuring, cutting some costs, but I think the rest of 2024 could be a rebound year for Nike. Meta Platforms was in my list of top stocks to buy in 2023 as well, and it performed phenomenally in 2023. I expect excellent performance from Meta Platforms in 2024, although no one can expect the excellent returns it delivered in 2023, over 100% returns. AMD trading at a forward PE of 33. While I don't like AMD stock as much as I like Nvidia, I still think AMD will benefit from the rising effectiveness of AI. Snap is another social media company I like, trading at a forward PE of 41.32. Coca-Cola, trading at a forward PE of 19.79, is one of my favorite dividend stocks to buy in 2024, as well as one of my top stocks to buy overall. Similarly with the Home Depot, one of my favorite dividend stocks and one of my favorite stocks to buy in 2024, trading at a forward PE of 22. Six Flags Entertainment trading at a forward PE of just 11. This company is benefiting from people's willingness to just get out of the house, spend money and time away from home. People were tired of staying at home after 2 or 3 years being cooped up indoors during the pandemic. And last but not least, Salesforce trading at a forward PE of 29.34. Salesforce delivered thousands of job cuts early in 2023. Those job cuts led to increasing profitability, and those have persisted throughout 2023. Salesforce was on my list in 2023. It stays on my list for 2024. All right, so now that you have a list of my 24 top stocks to buy, let's look at how they've performed so far. Because remember, I released this list in late December. I think December 29th or December 30th was when I published my video of my top 24 stocks to buy in 2024. So how has my stocks performed so far? Well, here we have the first batch where most of the stocks were positive. Only 3 out of 12 were negative. So 9 out of 12 positive returns here, with the highest return being Nvidia at 23.28%, and the worst in this batch being, it looks like, Alibaba at negative 4.01%. And you also have another solid return here with Netflix at 18.5%. Overall, 3 double-digit positive returns in this batch, with the worst one being negative 4%. Very good returns to be sure. In a little bit, I'm going to share with you my average and compare it to the S&P 500. But let's look at the next batch as well. This batch didn't do as well. The best performer being AMD at 19.56%, the worst performer being Chewy at negative 15.79%. In this batch, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 negatives and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positives. So more negatives than positives in this batch, although the overall return is still strong because you have the 19.56 and the 11.58% return from AMD and Meta Platforms. So let's look at my average return. If we combine the two batches together, come up with the average and compare it to how the S&P 500 performed at the same time. So let me share with you, here's the S&P 500 total return so far year to date, 2.51% so far. So let's look at how my stocks performed. All right, so here are my list of performances for the 24 stocks. And if you look at the average return for all 24 stocks year to date is 3.06% for my batch of 24 top stocks to buy. compared to the S&P 500 return of 2.51%. So I outperformed the S&P 500 year to date. If we annualize these returns, you would receive 43.58% if this continues. Really, really good returns. I would be thrilled with these kinds of returns. These returns would be double or even more than that of what I would be looking for in an annual return. So these are incredible. Now, there's no guarantee these returns will continue for the rest of the year, but if you achieve this for the rest of this year, that would be remarkable. The S&P 500, meanwhile, at the same rate of return would get you 34.65%. So my picks would outperform the S&P if these outperformance continues. So far, I'm outperforming the S&P 500 by 26%. So my batch of 24 stocks outperformed the S&P 500 by 26%. Excellent returns. I'm thrilled with that performance. However, I will say I don't expect these kinds of outperformances to continue. These are remarkable returns. This is unrealistic for one investor to outperform the S&P 500 by this magnitude for a sustained period of time. That being said, I'll take it. I'm happy with the returns so far. Hopefully they will continue. And hopefully those of you that have followed my picks have made some money as a result. If you liked the video you just saw and you want to see more just like it, please subscribe to the channel. I can't keep this channel free without the support of viewers like you. And if you're already subscribed, thank you, and I appreciate your support.